Hello, welcome back. Today we're going to be making a quiche now. A quiche is the quintessential take to a picnic, kind of Saturday afternoon lunch dish to make. This one today is going to be a bacon, cheese, thyme and onion quiche. But like anything, you can put anything you want in it. If you wanted to make it vegetarian, mushrooms and roasted red peppers and feta, you just go with whatever you like. So for this one, we're going to fry some bacon, onion and thyme together, and then we'll move on to the rest of the filling. So I'm going to dice one onion. Pick some fresh thyme, so I'm just going to pull that gently off the stalks, throw it in with the onion. The best way to take the leaves off thyme is to run against the grain very gently with your fingers, and it pulls off the stalk, very tender bits at the top. Now that that's done, we will slice up our bacon. I have 200 grams of streaky bacon here, but any bacon you like, or ham. I'm just going to chop this into lardons, into strips. Now that that's all prepared, we'll fry it in the frying pan, get it nice and crispy, and we'll be able to add that to our quiche. So a little bit of olive oil into the frying pan. Bacon goes in. Onion and thyme go in. Now the smell of bacon, onion and thyme cooking is one of the world's greatest things. Now while that's frying, I'm just going to chop up 3 tomatoes. Once those are chopped up, we're just going to set those aside for now and have a look at our bacon and see how that's going. Come on in, you'll see that the onion is starting to become translucent and softening up. The bacon is starting to brown. We're nearly there, we're not quite there yet, but that should be ready very soon. So while that finishes off, I'm going to line my quiche tin. This one is removable bottom. You can get ceramic ones, you can get metal ones. I personally prefer a metal tin. I feel like the temperature passes through the metal better, and as the metal gets hotter, it helps to crisp up the base. I'm just using pre-rolled store-bought savoury short pastry. You can make your own savoury pastry, it's not difficult, but this is super convenient and works really well. So I'm just working my way around and just lining the tin, my finger and thumb just pressing the pastry into the side. When I cut extra bits to fill the gaps, I am trying not to have too much of an overlap. I don't want areas of the pastry that is particularly thicker than others, as that won't cook evenly. And what we're going to do with this is we're going to blind bake it. So we'll fill it full of baking paper and baking beans, or if you don't have baking beans, you can use rice as well. It works just as well. So I've just checked on the bacon and onion, that's all done. So we'll finish off with what we're doing with the pastry here. So have a piece of baking paper, best way to do this. Screw it up, unscrew it, and then it'll be much more pliable for lining the inside of your tin. Once that's in, the beans go in. or the rice, and that's just going to weigh the pastry down because it is going to want to puff up as it cooks. I have the oven set at 200 degrees. I'm going to bake this for about 15 minutes. Now the idea is to pre-bake the pastry so that it is cooked by the time that the whole quiche is cooked rather than being soggy, as it will take a little bit longer. So this will go on for about 15 minutes. Then we're going to remove the paper and the beans, and we're going to cook it for another 5 minutes just to make sure that that base is nice and crispy. So now we've got our pastry out of the oven. You may have noticed that before it went in the oven I didn't trim it. I had it overhanging the sides. Pastry will tend to shrink as it cooks, so by leaving it overhanging we can trim it at the end and then make sure that our pastry is up to the sides of our tin and perfect. So next step for us is we're going to make the filling. Very simply, it's basically a savoury custard of milk, cream and eggs, and then we're going to use that with all of our other bits and pieces to make it delicious. So the custard is 200 mils of cream, mils of milk, 5 eggs, a decent amount of salt and pepper. And then we're just going to mix all of that together simply with a fork. Now pro tip, don't be tempted to mix all of your fillings together and then pour it into your pie. If we do it one piece at a time, we can ensure that every bite is going to have the same amount of bacon, onion, cheese, custard. So we're going to start, we're going to sprinkle cheese. This is just grated cheddar. I'm going to sprinkle that all over the bottom of our pre-cooked pastry. Then we're going to take the tomatoes that we cut and we're going to layer them slightly overlapping throughout the quiche. A little bit more salt on top of the tomatoes. Now I'm going to put the bacon onion mixture on top. Now very gently we'll pour in our egg mixture. Now I've got this in a removable base tin, so I've got another tray underneath it. If there is any gap in the pastry whatsoever, it will leak out the bottom. So we just want to make sure that if it does a little bit, we can catch that. Now all of that's done, I'm just going to put just a little bit more cheese on top because I just really like cheese. You don't have to, but I'm going to eat this, so for me, a little bit more salt on top, a little bit more pepper on top. And then that is going to go into a 180 degree oven for about 45 minutes. The idea with any custard, you want it to be just set. So it should still jiggle just before you get it out of the oven, and then as it cools down, it will set. So quiche is now out of the oven, looking delicious. Bacony, thyme, onion, tomato, beautiful, perfect. Thank you very much for watching. We'll see you at the next episode.